Good evening, everybody. Guess what? Once again, you are cooking with Charles. I'm your host, Charles. Tonight, we're going to have a great summertime, wintertime, springtime, fall time, anytime dish. Pork chops stuffed with an apricot stuffing. So get ready, folks. Go get yourself a libation because we always cook with libation on Cooking with Charles. Strap your feed bag on, sit down, and get ready for culinary greatness. We'll be right back. Cooking with Charles is made possible by the generous donations of Sully's Superette, the Goffstown Network. If you need a helping hand, they're there to lend that helping hand. If you can lend a helping hand, they can use your help. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, we're making pork chops with an apricot stuffing. So what do we need first of all? Well, let's get the goods going up there. Get this party started. The first thing we need, pork chops. Nice and thick cut pork chops. Go bone in, go bone out. I don't care, but make sure the cut is thick. You're also going to need some diced dried apricots. This is a great brand, Mariani, the ultimate apricots. If you want apricots like a boss, these are the apricots you're going to go with. What else do you need? Well, we have here a stuffing mix. You yourself could use stale bread or a stuffing mix. Tonight I went with the stuffing mix because, well, I had no stale bread at home, and that was in my cupboard. What else? Well, we're going to have some sage and some chicken broth. I did not put a lot of stuff up there for ingredients because you have to figure out what you like and, well, do it yourself. So, first things first, everybody. Grab a sip of wine or whatever beverage you chose. Tonight, as usual, we have a Gallo family of wines, a nice Chardonnay. Gallo is a great every night wine, and it's not going to break the bank. So, salud. All right, first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up this can of chicken stock. Go low sodium, no sodium, whatever you want, no MSG. You can even use water if you want. I use stock instead of water for a lot of my recipes because it just gives it a little more flavor. So we're going to get our pans nice and hot over here. Gonna toast those up a little bit. Now, if you're using a stuffing mix, you don't need to use sage, so to speak, because a stuffing mix is usually already seasoned. But if you want to add more, oh, crunchy goodness, be my guest. Yeah, we're going to slightly toast these, give it a little extra flavor. And you'll know when these are toasting because, well, it smells like toast. And we are going to just lightly pour that in. Turn that down to low because now everything's nice and warm. And the great thing about using a stuffing in your recipe, folks, it takes the place of your starch. Now, while this stuffing mix is absorbing all that great chicken stock, we have our oven preheating to 375 to 400. Yeah, we're just going to dump all that in there. Okay, now while that is working, we're going to focus on two things, apricots and our pork. So let's take apricots first. I chose dried apricots because, well, again, I'm working with what I had in my kitchen tonight. They're about this big, but we're just going to take a bunch of them and cut them down a size. Give a nice dice to them. Very, very simple. You all know how to work a knife, right? Yes. Oh, I have to have one. They're so good. All right, you know what? We're going to speed this process up a little bit and just put a few there we go, together. Yeah, we're just going to put that to the side right there. Let's check this out. Oh, this is looking good, guys. Looking really good already. And it's just stuffing. You can see how much this plumps up. Because stuffing is nothing but stale bread that has, you know, all you're doing is rehydrating it, reconstituting dried bread. And we just have to keep doing this for a few minutes to get all the moisture right where we need it. Okay, now on to our pork. As I said, a nice thick cut. I prefer a thick cut of meat for all my meat. Thinner cuts tend to dry out and get tough. Get a little sharp in there. Now what I chose tonight is I got a little bit of bone on the side because that's going to help keep everything together. But if you want to get a center cut without the bone, by all means do that. Just don't cut all the way down. Gonna take this end off right here because that's going to make it tough to butterfly, so to speak. What I want to do is I want to put my hand right here, keep the knife flat, and I'm just going to go right down the middle. I'm going to open this right up. I'm not going to go back and forth. I want to just keep one motion like that. And we're just going to go right down all the way around to the bone. Now the bone comes right out to here. Comes right out to there, a little bony cartilage piece. And that's fine. And all we're going to do is just open this up just like that and put that aside. Same thing here. And the reason I don't go back and forth like that, well, that's when you make mistakes. If you just go one way like I'm doing, keep it flat, so all you see all my fingers right here, they're kind of facing the sky, because I'm not going to cut anything but, well, barely going to cut myself. I'll scrape myself at best. And going one way means I only have to focus on one way. Done. See how easy that was. Okay. Now from here, we start the fun. All right, let's get these right in here. What we're going to do is put these kind of opened up as you see. And if you're a fan of the show, you'll know that I am a fan of pork. God loves us. That's why he gave us pork. Because it is so good. Ben Franklin will say God loves us. That's why he gave us beer. But I don't know. It's a toss-up. Beer, bacon, a nice cold beverage. I don't know. So here's what we're going to do now. We're just going to take our stuffing. Going to put that right in the middle. And we're going to put some apricots in there. See how easy this is, folks? That's right. Take our apricots. Ooh. Now, I mentioned before I had apricots in my cupboard. A great, great recipe with this is also with cranberries. Any dried fruit is going to work well. You can use raisins, apricots, cranberries, you name it, it's going to go great with this dish. And this is a great summertime dish because, well, it's fruit. Fruit is summertime. So we've got some. And I like to make my stuffing a little bit wet when I do this because we're going to put this in the oven soon. And we don't want anything to dry out. Voila. This is great. All right, we are done with this right now. So that aside. And well, here's where you can start spicing it yourself. I got some garlic powder, a little bit of basil, love my basil. And I always run out mid-fall from all the basil that I grew all summer. And I've never had great luck doing it inside over winter. So, and just a little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. And the sage that I mentioned. I just think sage is a great, great spice for pork in the winter. In the summertime, not so much, but this time of year, I don't know where you are, but it's cold here in New Hampshire. We're getting our umpteenth storm this year. And, well, I'm sick of it already. All right, so this is ready for the oven. How easy was that? As I said, 375, 400 degrees, about 15, 20 minutes, maybe 25, depending on, well, all sorts of things. So now we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to make our sauce with more apricots, yum, and get our vegetable going. So come on back in about 2 minutes, and, well, we'll get cooking again. Hi, I'm Charles Minnick, host of GTV's smash hit, Cooking with Charles. I've teamed up with the Goffstown Network to tell you about their outreach and food pantry programs. The mission of the Goffstown Network is to provide for the hunger-related needs of our neighbors in Goffstown and their surrounding communities. Founded with the governing principles that no person should go hungry and every person deserves our care. The Goffstown Network serves the area by providing food and other services on an emergency short-term basis. This spirit of community and mutual caring is extended to anyone in Goffstown, Dunbarton, and New Boston. Normal hours of operation are Wednesday evenings, 6 to 8 p.m., and Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. to noon. Now, you can also assist them through donations of time, food, or money. Like the help they give, the help they receive is also greatly appreciated. You can reach them by calling the number on your screen or by stopping by the Parish House of St. Matthew's Church. It's located in downtown Goffstown at 7 North Mass Street, right across from Sully's. And we're back, and well, you're back, I'm back, we're all back. All right. You know, on break, one of the interns came in here and let me know about the most famous pig actor in the world. He was in a movie called Frankenweenie. His name was Boris Karloff. Get it? Boris Karloff? Pig? Oh, come on. That is funny stuff, guys. Funny stuff. All right. We got everything cooking. I got some nice hot oil over here. Woo! It is kind of hot. Splash up and let me know it was hot. We're just going to make some summer squash over here. Summer squash, the cousin of zucchini. All right, get that going in there. Always salt. Always pepper. All right. Just want to flip this a few times. Get all the oil nice and coated. Oh, actually, want to get the oil is coated. The oil is the coating. We want to get the yellow goodness coated. All right. Here, we have the same pan we're using for the stuffing. Put a little bit of oil in there. We're going to make a sauce for the top of this thing. This thing we called pork. So what do we need first? Oh, right here. I've got a little bit of butter. And it's honey butter that I made myself. That will be the next show, folks. Next show, we're going to make homemade butter. And it is so, so simple. All right. We got a little bit of honey butter in there. I have a few more of these apricots. The ultimate apricots. We're actually just going to quarter these up. Those right there. And some white wine. Now, a great thing with pork is mustard. What I have here is a whole grain champagne mustard. It's a French style mustard. It's supposed to be Dijon. It's not quite like Grey Poupon hot, but oh, it's got some flavor. It is going to go nicely with our pork. And it's going to be, excuse me, it's going to go very well with the honey. They're going to complement each other on each end of the spectrum. Turn that up so we can get a little bit of a reduction there and get those apricot bits of goodness softened up. All right, guys, right now we're going to stand here and watch the stuff cook down for a little bit. Let me tell you, it's exciting stuff here in the studio right now. So why don't we take a moment and talk about the business? And by that I mean how you can see me 24/7. Like my sign language. All right, Cooking with Charles M. That is how you go to YouTube and you punch that in for a search and you get right to my channel. Yes, I have my own YouTube channel. I have all my episodes posted. Maybe one or two I missed, but they are all there 24/7 for you to post to your Facebook, for you to download, for you to send to your friends, for you to comment on. But listen, no hateful comments because I filter those anyway. But I will respond to all comments, folks. So by all means, let me know. You can also email me, cookingwithcharles@gmail.com. It's a Gmail world out there, folks. So email me at Gmail, and I will get back to you. You know, if you have any recipes you want, any concerns, just anything. You don't like the part of my hair, let me know if it looks better on the other side, and I'll say, hey, thank you. I know I've teased you folks with Twitter. Yeah, I just can't do it yet. It's too much. Okay, it's too much. So, that being said, let's get back to cooking. Let's get back to me. Because remember, folks, when you're cooking with Charles, guess what? You're cooking with good looking. All right, that's reducing nicely. Oh, that's cooking nicely. All right. And right here, I got some extra stuffing. Very tasty. You know, even if you buy a bag stuffing like stovetop or a store brand, my God, who doesn't love it? And this dish right here, as I said, I can do it all year long with the stuffing. You could grill this on a little lower heat because it's going to sit for a while, you know, on the grill. But I prefer baking it in the oven, or roasting it, I should say. It's just a great dish. And as I said, you can put cranberries, raisins, anything you want. You can add pine nuts. You can add cashews. You can add almonds to any of the sauce or the stuffing. It's just a great dish. You know, pork is such a versatile meat. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying one religion's better than the other, but my God, there are certain religions in the world you can't eat pork. Do not sign me up for that. It's a great meat. Imagine life without bacon. Ooh. I'm going to get this a little more sage here. And I like garlic, so I'm going to put a little more garlic powder on there. All right, folks. Ooh, that looks good right there. And I'm also going to add just a touch more chicken stock. Now here's a nice hint for you guys. Right now, I've already used 1 can of chicken stock. I'm opening another. What to do with the rest? Well, if you're at home, grab yourself an ice cube tray, pour the extra in the ice cube tray, and you will have perfect little bits of chicken stock to use whenever you need them. Just pop them out of the tray. Or if you're pressed for space in that area of your freezer, well, you can put them in a baggie after they're frozen. Oh, these are looking good. Now, let me see how tender these are. Getting there, getting there. You know what? Great thing about extra chicken stock, something like this. Turn up the heat, do that. They'll cook faster. Why? Because all the surface area will be in something warm. When you're sauteing it, the air cools off really quickly. So, by putting a little bit of chicken stock in there, the liquid will stay warm, and that touches more of the surface area of the summer squash. All right. Okay, folks. Let's take a little look-see at our pork, see how that's doing, because we're getting right about time. Ooh. We're not peeking yet, though, on the close-up camera. We got about another minute or two, so I'll tell you what, folks. Why don't you all go, do what you got to do, and then come right back, because we're going to put this all together. All right, see you in a Hi, I'm Charles Minnick, host of GTV's smash hit, Cooking with Charles. I've teamed up with the Goffstown Network to tell you about their outreach and food pantry programs. The mission of the Goffstown Network is to provide for the hunger-related needs of our neighbors in Goffstown and their surrounding communities. Founded with the governing principles that no person should go hungry and every person deserves our care. The Goffstown Network serves the area by providing food and other services on an emergency short-term basis. This spirit of community and mutual caring is extended to anyone in Goffstown, Dunbarton, and New Boston. Normal hours of operation are Wednesday evenings, 6 to 8 p.m., and Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. to noon. Now, you can also assist them through donations of time, food, or money. Like the help they give, the help they receive is also greatly appreciated. You can reach them by calling the number on your screen or by stopping by the parish house of St. Matthew's Church. It's located in downtown Goffstown at 7 North Mass Street, right across from Sully's. Booyah, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready. Let's check this out. Look at this. Look at this. Wow, this looks good. I need a little something to hold this right over here. See that? Oh, that is, look at that. Now, if you grilled this, you'd have grill marks, but we roasted it. Isn't that beautiful? And not to be left in the cold, we've got some summer squash. Look at that. That's a nice bit of color this brings to the plate right here, isn't it? Just sets it off nicely. And then lastly, our sauce. I use the honey butter. You can add more honey if you want. And you don't need a lot of this sauce either. It's a watery sauce. So, oh, this is gonna be fabulous, folks. Fabulous. Oh, okay. Now, where is my knife? Where is my fork? I'm actually going to try this piece because it's just a little easier to cut over here. But I guarantee you it's going to be just as good. Now, if you're wondering how thick these were, how big they were because they're thick, these are about a pound a piece. And you get a little bit of bone weight. No big deal. So if you're serving 2 people, you're going to have leftovers. At least you should. At least you should. But what you can always do is cut, you know, look at it, the bone, see what it is, cut them in half. These could serve 4 people, these two. Let's try this stuffing. Oh, perfect. You know what? That little bit of extra sage makes a big difference. Puts us right over the top. And as I said, this is a great anytime meal. Oh, any night of the week. See how quick and easy this was, folks? Wow. Oh, stupendous. Super duper even. Oh, love it. Love it. Once again, folks, if you make this for your special somebody, you will be their special somebody. Let me tell you. Nobody would. Nobody would dislike this meal. Oh my God. Wow, the apricot's just enough. I might use a little more next time though, because I like the taste of apricots. Folks, here's to us. Another great half hour of culinary greatness. And mindless drinking of wine. So folks, until next week, I am Charles, your host of Cooking with Charles. Don't forget to check me out on YouTube. Don't forget to email me. Oh, and don't forget to chew your food before you swallow it. All right, folks, till next week, you have a great week, and we'll see you then. Be happy, everybody. Oh, this is wonderful.